Wow, I'm very upset. My last video stopped on its own because I wanted to show something off. Anyways, I wanted to add this on to the last video. I hope I didn't affect or offend anybody. I all do this and all in good taste. I can never blame because I really never know the truth about anything. So I cannot make judgment, especially judgment in haste is not amazed. But this is what I want to show you right now. Okay, now that you saw it, we're going to go on to the next thing about melatonin and serotonin and your hormones. And the reason I bring up these three items is because of just say them: serotonin, melatonin, hormones. Two syllables: hormones, serotonin, serotonin. But it brings up more than two syllables, right? So right now I'm hearing that same voice in the background. I don't know. It keeps saying I'm on track. I'm on track. I don't know what they're saying. But I want to show you something. That in the last video I mentioned, right, to hear. It's what you hear. It's what you hear, what you listen to, what you retain and what you hear, and what you remember of what you retain of what you hear. The space and area I sit right now is the area I occupy in this space and time. The area and the space. Okay. Um, this E3, okay, or if you want to go to MC squared, because MC, turn this M sideways, it's a 3. That will say MC. C is the third letter. You have MC squared, okay, which means do whatever you have to. But in BASIC, before you square it, and if you did square it, I mean, it's just like doing what Messer does. I mean, you're just figuring out like MC squared right there, except the way I see MC squared done and the way you do it, it's two different things. MC squared for me is give me a number and I'll say it's 21. Oh, that's in the 3 group, right? 21's in the 3 group. So screw the first 6 numbers for sure. And screw the next 3 numbers because they're add-ons of the first 3 numbers. The first 3 numbers is because one end of the stick and the other end of the stick leaves you the center of the stick to the 2 ends of the stick make 3. So that's pretty simple, right? So we're working 3. So 3 in the group of 1 to 9, there is no 9. They don't exist. They only exist because of the secondary level or the primary level. Maybe the higher numbers are the first levels and the lower numbers are the last levels. The third level is the highest level, right? 9 to 1. Isn't that a good odds? The highest odds under 10, 9 to 1 get you all. All is actually the circle of nothing. It's whatever's in the circle. You give it no number, you're all. It's what's inside you. You never talk about what's inside you. So we're going to go, it's what you hear, what you remember, what you partake. If I say that, wow, Coca-Cola is the only soft drink in the world, it's because that's what I hear, but my ears are open to something else. If I go E and M over here, and I'm going to show you and explain to you why I'm using these 2 letters. I'm going to use E as the 5, and you see the X, it covers 4 corners in a center. But when I go -3, that's 2. That's the Venus world. 2, 3, 5. 2 is over here. 3 is over here. 5 is over here. I have the first part. Okay. See this V that ends up making over here? You ever see Roman numerals or to one side? If I took up this one side or the 7, whichever way, and why is it a 7? Because it's a further way from 3 on this angle all the way to 5 than it was from 2 all the way to 3. 15, 5 by 3 is 15. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 11, equals 22. The V for life. The V's for life. 1V here, 1V here, 1V here, 1V here. The V's for life. Did I ask you what side you're on? Hold the book the right way and tell me which way to hold the book so I'll know which way is V. But it doesn't matter. 1 V beside each side and 1 below. 3 minus 1. 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups. 4 different groups for 4 different reasons. Do you understand? When you take this V up here, it's holding these legs over here. This is the open space. You own the open space. These are your arms and your legs. Are you following with this? Because I'm not really following 100% myself. So this, the Rodin's coil, is also this design, the first part of the Rodin's coil, but it's on this side. 15 is the egg. 2 is the Venus world. 5 and 6 is E and F, which is the communication. Inside Saturn, this communication center, I'm assuming, because 6 is the highest number. 6 and 1 is 2 worlds, 6 and 2 is two worlds, 6 and 3 is another world. But it's not 6 and 4. Do you know why? Because inside 6 is 4. And actually inside 1 is over here. But 1 automatically comes as 3. 1 is a package. This one, and this one. That's the ruler. This one, and this one. And then what happens is, this is what the connection looks like. Now, how are we going to further this connection? What is it going to design us? Where is it going to take us? If I even tried to show you the reality for you to understand and believe it as truth, should I make a mistake and then you should question it? Let's piece it together. This is where I start. Maybe it'll turn into, maybe we can have fun and turn it into things, right? Like the Budweiser bow tie. And then you see the 2 different 90-degree angle, and then where it's sitting over here, this is the 135-degree angle, ACE 135 times 3, 405 plus 9, 414. The DNA cycle of the vowel system of the ACE is all in line with the method that Messer uses. Now we were on that last video. I came back to say that because this is from the last video. I was asked yesterday, what is this? And I was telling, I'm not sure if they were actually listening to me. I'm quite sure they were. So I won't tell you who they are. But that says, it also looks like, goddamn, it's a par dog, right? It's like a par, you know, the par, go golfing, you got par. You know what's funny about par? 101 in golf. We'll start at par. Let me write this down because I like to write things down. Wrap. Okay, par in golf. 101. I have to get a birdie and I have to get an eagle and I have to get a bogey. So the word bogey, okay, and the word birdie have to go together, and in between the birdie and the bogey you have a par, which would actually be the lighthouse of man to light you up. Now I wasn't supposed to get into a big video. I did want to show you this. See the dimensions? It looks like it goes down. It looks like if I did another one here, it would go down, below. How many you see here? 4, but there's actually 3. Don't count this one. This one is down, but if you take away this one is in, and this one is in, but this is around. Up and down and go around, 2 different dimensions. This is 2 different worlds over each other. And where would you like to start? We get a universe, okay? And you see the way this, and this is a heart. This designs a heart. These design, you see the eye here and the eye here and the beak over here. These are all beaks, okay? The other way, they're hearts. They're 8s. This, I'll show you how this works. It's a suspension system, okay? This heart gets 2 parts. It becomes the red and the pink. This one, if you follow it, you come from here and you bring it and you follow all the way down the line. Just follow the black lines, okay? It's a heart. And it takes 2. So the hearts are split between each world. And we know they're split between each world because this is on this side and this kite is over here, this kite. These are all the shapes we needed to connect the worlds. 1, 2, 3, 4 kites. 2, 4, 6, 8 balls. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason for the 4. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 and 4. 8 and 4 is this year. It's the Super Bowl. It creates space, creates alpha, beta. It creates the backdoor entrance by 3223, which is the highest number. 3223 is like 23. 32 is like 1111. When you flip it upside down, it's the latest time, the latest numbers of this world that you can get into. You understand? Try any other numbers. You can't put the 3 in the 2 position because there's no 30 hours in a day. You follow me? So this is split. Remember I showed you the worlds over each other? Okay, everything is on such an angle that there's nothing upside down in reality. And if there has to be something upside down, the energy levels work that way. And we showed that in this picture of the Fibonacci working right over here. That can also be the, anyways, we're not going to get into that. So we're showing you this, how this works, right? And you can actually, if you actually count them, there's 4, 8, 12. Okay, now you see there's a kite in between here. There's a kite in between here, a kite in between here. That'll be 16. Then you got 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. There's your 32. We didn't count the indentations. You see here to here? This will plug into here. This will plug into here. And we can just put these all rotating around each other. How many plugs do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on the outside. You see this angle goes all the way through. See this line? Follow this line. Goes around. Plugs up all the way around in each direction. It's plugged up to the main system all the time. Every petal gets 500 years running on the grid. 500, 8 times is 4,000. Then you have the red and green world, okay, which is the living life, which is the green. And you don't have to mention yellow because inside green is yellow or blue. Here's the star system. So each one here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many years would go in here? This is what I would call the 10 system, okay? And inside the 10 system, I'm just have to assuming there's 500 years per color, okay? Is that what it is? Well, anyways, whatever it is, let's do it easy. Let's just say it easy. This is the stop sign. This is the petal of the flower of the stop sign. Okay, the stop sign has 8 sides, 4,000 years. Inside the core is 2,000 years. This is half of this. You remember the rice? You put 2 rice for 1 water. You remember the beans? You put two waters for one bean. 4,000, 2,000 to 6,000 years, and the time of the 7th gate is right here. You can't end it. 123 times 47 equals 2021. Take away 6 or 7 years because you become that EF, 6 or 7 years of the gateway. The 7 does not exist if the 6 does not exist with 1. The 7 does not exist if the 7 does not exist with 2. Why does the 7 have to exist with 2? Because the 7th gate has to exist in the 2 system, but this number 6 needs the spirit, the life, to have that soul and equal to the 7. Once the 7 connects to the 2 worlds, it's connected to the outside world. 7 to the 2 world, and then I'm assuming 7 to the 2 world. You got 7, 2, 2, 2, 7, 2. 6 and 1, then you have 7 and 8 and the 2 worlds. Okay, because it's your gateway. It's your 6 and 1, 7 that gets the 2 and 6, 8 and 7 and 2, 9, 6 and 2, 7 and 2. Because it's really not, okay? It'll be 8 and 3, 6 and 2, 7 and 2, 8 and 3, because you're building. And I think that's all I have to say. But if you want to see the suspension system, how it really came, the end of the suspension system that keeps everybody on the up is this system over here. See some sort of suspension? And you see this all over. If you ever take a look on the cards, the kings, they put their mask, which doesn't look like a mask, but you understand the cards, it's a mask. They're hanging behind them on the mask, or they're holding a sword, and these are the edges of the sword. Not a sword, a blade sword, a hatchet. It's the hatchet. And then you count. I know she's a little crooked, but she's a little moving. And we live in this here. Like, I'm assuming we live in the hockey rink of the world. This is the heart of the world, and this is the outside skirts. Let's go to the islands. So the islands would be located in certain areas. I don't have the design perfect yet, because perfect is only in your mind. I only got the story. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm having trouble not smiling. Guess what I got to do today? I may be going to an area that's going to be at least a half an hour from my house by car. 40 minutes in traffic, 45 minutes in traffic to come back. Why am I having such a freaking hard time just going and wherever I end up and wherever I am at the moment, not feeling that I'm away from where I actually should be? Where should I actually be? My cats are the same thing. When I take them in a car, it's like I'm taking them on a terror trip. I feel the same way. How come? How come? I probably have the answer, but somebody else I know is going to be out there and say, hey, buddy, what are you smoking? Either they're going to want some or tell me to get off of it. Otherwise, the guys in the white coats are coming over. to join me because they haven't had a good smoke in a long time. Hard smoking weed in a drug rehabilitation center, eh, boy? So we now have the 3 picks. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. I guess it's all in the art design, right?